Hey guys, well, this past Christmas I made cutting boards for presents for family and friends, and that's what we're doing. So I started by taking a bunch of scrap pieces I had walnut, hickory, maple, all sorts of pieces of wood, and cut them down into strips that would be glued together to make the body of the cutting boards. I have to thank my friend Adam, who has a wood shop. He gave me a ton of offcuts that he wasn't going to use or were just going to be trash. So, Adam, thanks again. So, after cutting up the wood, I put it into just what I would view as a desirable, cool looking pattern. And then we're going to glue it up, clamp it up, and make some boards. For the glue up, I chose Titebond 3 as it's advertised to be a waterproof glue. And with these cutting boards, they're going to definitely be exposed to moisture and be washed and so forth. So, I think that's the best way to go. We'll see how they hold up. You really want to make sure that you get a good coverage of the glue, as this is the only thing that's going to be holding the wood together. So I really spent some time making sure I had plenty of coverage. So after applying the glue, I used the clamps to push the wood together so that we can let it bond and form one solid piece. So I tried to go just tight enough until I started to see a little bit of the beads of glue come up in between the boards without, going too tight and squeezing out too much of the glue. So it seemed to work pretty well. So I let the glue cure for, 2 or 3 days, and then I'm going to remove them from the clamps, clean up the glue a little bit, and send them for a ride through the planer to smooth them out. I tried to clean up as much of the glue as possible before sending it through the planer, just to, save my blades as much as I could. But, there's only so much I can do here. For my longer scraps, I made what ultimately would be 2 cutting boards. So just trying to cut those down to size a little bit, and then through the planer, bring everything down to a consistent thickness. And they really started to look good. Then I went over to the router table and put a 1/2-inch round over on all of the edges of the boards, just to take the sharp edges off and make it just smoother in handling the boards, just nice smooth edge to the touch. Next, I took my random orbital sander and sanded the boards all nice and smooth. Here I'm wetting the boards down to raise the grain. It's a trick that I've seen a lot of people who make cutting boards do. You wet the board, let the grain of the wood raise, and it looks like little hairs on the board, and then you sand it, and that way the first time the board is used, it won't be furry. And here I am applying some mineral oil. I did this a bunch of times until the board stopped soaking in the oil. So it was a food-safe mineral oil that I used. And then on top of it, I added a homemade beeswax and mineral oil kind of finish just to give a little coating on the wood to protect it. For the base, I added these little rubber feet that I got off Amazon. They came with stainless hardware, so totally fine to, wash the board in the sink with soap and water. They won't rust or corrode or anything. And it gave a nice little platform for the boards to sit on the counter. Now these boards were Christmas presents, and here's my Christmas present from my wife. She gave me a brand with a logo. So that was super fun to use on all these boards. Thanks, Sharon. And here they are. So I was really pleased on how these boards came out. If you've never given it a try and you're into this sort of thing, if you've got scrap wood, give it a shot. Alrighty guys, that was Lockslight. Thanks for watching.